The race strategy. It's nothing new. We've done it before, but it is a stepping stone to writing full-blown essays. If you can do this, you can write an essay. Okay? We've got to master this first, and then I'm going to teach you how to pull it apart and turn your one little answer into a 5-paragraph essay. Okay? But first, we have to get this mastered. Are you ready? Yes. At the top of your paper, you're writing race strategy. Race needs to be all capital letters because it stands for the strategy. It's an acronym. Each letter stands for a different word. Race strategy. This is page 23. Okay. Well, it's okay if you don't know it. You're going to learn it now. All right. First up, we have the R. Does anyone who has done this before and remember what the R stands for? Nobody? Okay. So, this is a strategy for answering short response questions. Okay? So you're going to be given a question to answer. When you start answering that question, you need to restate the question. Okay? So if it asks, what color shirt is Bryson wearing? I'm not going to just say red. I'm going to say Bryson is wearing a red shirt, or Bryson's shirt is red. Okay? That way, anybody that picks up my answer knows exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Because if they pick it up and all they see is the word red, they're going to go, I'm sorry, what? What was that? What's red? Is the sky red? Yeah. The idea is that anybody who picks it up will automatically know what it is you're talking about. Okay? So, R. Restate the question. Okay, what does that mean? That means you're going to turn the question into a statement to introduce your paragraph. For example, how can students improve their study skills? So if that was my question, how can students improve their study skills? Dylan. How can I change that question into a statement? Noah. Exactly. I changed that to students can improve their study skills by, and then I finish answering it. Okay? After the R, we have the A. You ready? This one's easy. Nope, it's not even that complicated. Answer. Answer the question and all of its parts. Listen to me. Especially when it comes to your standardized style tests, okay, the FSA, they're going to ask you questions that have multiple parts to them, okay? Make sure you answer all of the parts. If you only answer part of the question, you only get part of the points, okay? So, answer all. Parts of the question. Okay? Keep in mind, there may be more than one part to the question. Yes, sir. Yes. The little one's right there. Go sit to do it. That way people can still see. Okay. Next up, we have the C. Friends, you have to cite the text to support your answer. What is your text evidence? Okay. Cite the text. To support your answer. All right, guys, you have to support your answer. Why are you correct? Okay, you will always have some kind of text to use when you're answering this style question, okay? These always come after the text that you've read, okay? You have to use what the author stated to support your answer. Do you hear me? And you have to give the author credit for doing it. You cannot write the author's words and try to pass them off as your own. Do you hear me? You also need to make sure, now this goes a little bit beyond answering short response questions and more into FSA writing. Make sure that you're citing the author, but that you're not just citing the author over and over and over again. Because they're going to look, and if more than half of your paper is you citing what the author said, there's not enough there of your words for them to grade. Okay? And you get what's called a copy score. You know what that is? You get no credit for your essay. Okay? So, yes, cite text evidence, but make sure you're using your writing to go with it. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So let's finish the C. Cite the text to support your answer. Support your answer with evidence from the text. If you use a direct quote, make sure you use quotation marks. Okay? And then introduce your evidence. With phrases like for example, Joseph, will you let them back in, please? Thank you. According to the text, the author states, etc. Okay. Girls, I'll give you a copy of this to catch up on in just a minute, okay? All right, the last one up is E. This is the part where you help yourself avoid that copy score. Are you ready? Explain your citation or elaborate on your citation. Either of those will work, okay? So explain / elaborate on your citation. Oh, I forgot how to spell for a second there. I-O-N. We'll get to that, but not for this. All right. So what does that mean? That means that once you give me a citation from the story, from the passage, whatever it may be, okay, sorry, back to this. Okay, so anytime you cite something, here's the thing. You have to tell me why I care. So if, for instance, you've read an article on dogs versus cats, And the question is, which animal do you think would make the better pet? Okay. And let's say, for the sake of argument, that I chose dogs. And I said, according to the passage, dogs are friendlier and more playful than cats. Now, why does that matter? Okay. Then I have to come back with, this proves that dogs would make better pets because most people want an animal who will love them, who will play with them. Okay? You have to tell me why your evidence matters. If you miss that step, all you have is an answer and some citations from the passage, and that's not going to cut it. Why do your citations matter? How do your citations prove your point? Okay? We're going to practice that in just a minute, but let's finish. So, E, explain. So here you go. Elaborate on why your text evidence helps you prove your point. Oops, sorry. All right, I'm going to move this page out of the way. We should be there by now. And to do this, you're going to use phrases like, this example shows. This quotation proves. Etc. Anything along those lines.